What is up, YouTube? So I'm going to do another video on the Honda Rubicon here. Added another accessory that was not covered in my previous accessory video. I'm hoping the torpedo heater does not cause too much background noise. It's pretty cold in Pennsylvania. So initially I went over all the accessories that I put in the Honda Rubicon that you can see in one of my other videos. In hindsight, I would probably say this is not a must-have, but pretty close to a must-have accessory to it. So initially what I did is I added the Iron Baltic full skid plates. So my best to show you. Now that is not how they come from the from Iron Baltic. I did not get them all powder coated. I just got the ones that you can see. So I got the front skid plate and the A-arm cards powder coated front and rear. As you can see, these are very good because they protect your axles very well. So if you hit anything right there, it's going to deflect it from not ripping your boots or anything like that. I had lost one of my A-arm guards to begin with. As you can see, this is one of the back ones. As you can see here, it got walloped and the bolt ripped out. So this was hanging down pretty good. It's nothing spectacular. It's just plastic. It's all dependent where you go riding. I mean, we ride in a lot of rocky area. So I decided to put them on. I did not make a video on how to put them on because I did not lift the four-wheeler in the air and put it on its back. I jacked it up pretty high and did it from underneath, so it would have been very hard to do video on that. It is pretty self-explanatory. If you go through Iron Baltic, you'll get this. These are all your hardware that comes with it. They come in all these little packs, and they're numbered 25, 17, 20, 26, so on and so forth. And the instructions are very good. It kind of breaks down where everything goes. And then, like, step one's obviously removing your stock skid plates. And then step two is install your brackets. So it'll literally tell you 8, 20, 26, two pieces, and those go right in your foot peg wells, and those are the brackets that hang down off your foot peg wells. And then here you got your rear brackets, and they're pretty, it's pretty self-explanatory, and it's the same thing for your rear and front arm guards and so forth. So I did have it out one time since I put them on, and I did hammer a rock pretty good. Didn't do anything to the skid plate, so that's part of the reason why I really enjoy these skid plates. It protects everything, and it definitely protects your boots from any sort of sticks, branches, things like that that could rip them. The last thing I added on, not really for anything besides they look really cool, is, whoops, sorry, I added the Rubicon shock covers. It matches a four-wheeler. I thought, why not? It says Foreman Rubicon on it. It looks cool. It does keep dust in, because we ride in a lot of cold regions. It's supposed to keep dust and whatnot out of your shock seals, but as you can see, I like them. I think it gave the four-wheeler a pretty cool look. That's just me. That is definitely not a must-have accessory. That was just one of those things. So they do come from the factory, just aluminum, as you can see. That's the main skid plate there that goes underneath. That is what they look like. I wasn't going to pay to get them all powder coated. I just wanted the ones that you could see. So pretty happy with them. It's pretty self-explanatory. If you have a winch, depending what winch brackets you have in there, it is very hard to get your winch guide bolts put in on the other side, because once you have the skid plate up, there's no way to get in there. So I had to put a pry bar on the other side and kind of hold the bolt that way. So like I said, to me that was a must-have accessory, because I mean, you can see the stock skid plates are not that great. I mean, that's the one that goes underneath. It's very flimsy. It's really not going to protect you from any major impacts. And everything lines up. Your oil drain plug, you can get to it, lines up. Same thing with your rear diff, front diff. It was not that hard. If you have an extra pair of hands, it's like an hour and a half, 2 hour project. Definitely well worth it. I know Ricochet also sells aluminum skid plates. Iron Baltic, I believe, also sells. It's a plastic skid plate like that, but much more durable and thicker. I forget. It has a specific name for it. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's kind of what we added on. Like I said, the instructions are pretty self-explanatory. It's not that terrible to do, and it gives me peace of mind. Four-wheeler's still running really good. Taking it to the dealership to get the valves adjusted, and I'm having I don't exactly know what's going on, but front brake problems. As you can see, it's really good there. For whatever reason, I might not do it now. When I turn the handlebars all the way, it's got more, I won't do it. It's like I would lose brakes when I would turn the handlebars all the way that way. I checked if it was kinked anywhere or leaks or anything like that. I didn't see anything, so I'm gonna have them look at it. I don't know if anyone else had those problems or not. The only last accessory we added on, which you can't really see, is I put a plug hanging out the back here. I put an onboard battery container. Can't think of the Genco. I run that on my boat. I really like it. It's a smart battery charger, so it charges based on the ambient temperature. It won't overcharge. It goes into power saving mode. I did that because we don't run these all the time, and I want to extend the battery life as much as possible. Again, that's not a must-have accessory. That was just kind of an afterthought that I wanted to do. That way I know the battery is always fully charged and maintained. So, yeah, this isn't going to be a really long video. Like I said, the skid plates were self-explanatory. You can get them powder-coated from Iron Baltic. It's just black. My buddy runs a powder coating shop, and I liked this color. It was very gritty, and it had like a cool look, but it still matched the rest of the four-wheeler. I was going to get Honda and Rubicon on the A-arm guards, but I didn't want to spend the extra money. Plus, you hit it a few times, it'll start, because it would have been a vinyl kind of deal. So yeah, that's kind of what I decided to add. Definitely gives me peace of mind. The Rancher, we didn't add it to because she kind of follows me, so if I hit something pretty major, I'm the one that hits it. So yeah, other than that, we put a long haul fuel tank on hers, and I got the same, we put the same handlebar grips on hers as well. So other than that, that's pretty much the shock covers and the skid plates were the only upgrades we did. That's probably going to be it on the upgrades. Eventually, I'll upgrade the tires. I have a spare set of tires and rims. I might send the rims to the powder coater eventually. We'll see. I don't really want to spend all the money on aftermarket rims. You know, $60 a piece to get each rim powder coated isn't bad either. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Just want to get the valves adjusted, and I'll be doing the oil change in the next few months before we go down to Hatfield and McCoy, the second oil change on it. So, yeah, all in all, still really no complaints on either four-wheeler. They do really well. The only complaint I really had was the skid plates and the handlebar grips, and they've been addressed. Storage, obviously, has been addressed. And then the fuel capacity of these are only 3.9 gallons, so we added the long haul fuel tank to address some of that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, I love these machines. I wouldn't trade them for the world, but if you are riding in more rockier terrain or something where you're going to be bashing the bottom of your four-wheeler off of, or you're going over a lot of branches or obstacles, I would definitely suggest getting these, because like I said, those offer so much more protection than your stock A-arm guards. I mean, they're over here. That's your front A-arm guard. It's not even close to the same. So that saves you from getting ripped boots and stuff like that. Like I said, it just gives me peace of mind. It was like $650 for the full skid plate, and that's everything. You can obviously, you don't need to get it. You can just get A-arm guards if you wish, and things of that nature. If I was going to spend the money, I was going to spend the money on the whole thing. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't believe we will be adding anything else to either of these minus tires in its future. I was considering maybe the high lift, 2-inch lift for this. I want to see how it does in the snow, and that's going to dictate my tires and if I need more ground clearance. But again, these tires, I mean, in the mud, I haven't really been in deep snow yet because we haven't got deep snow, but these tires, they do, I haven't got it stuck in the mud. Now granted, I didn't go, in questionable stuff. I don't feel like swamping the motor. I'm not snorkeling it. I don't want it to be a mud ATV. I do go through the mud, but I'm not specifically like want to take it up to the handlebars and water and mud. Just, it's not for me. I like trail riding and everything that comes in the trails. There are some deep mud holes in the trails, but where we do go riding, because it is anthracite mining, ex-mining places, it is very rocky. So these skid plates, like I said, give me peace of mind that I can hammer a rock and I don't have to worry about anything breaking. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Any questions, information you want on Iron Baltic, feel free to leave it in the comments. If you want to know what battery maintainers I got, I'll do that. Same thing with the handlebar grips, the winch, the RAM mount for my phone, storage bins. That's a chibi. That's a really nice one. That's by Black Boar. It's very nice. I might add front storage to eventually if we start doing camping trips, just to bring all our stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you're in the market and you want more protection, I would definitely go with Iron Baltic. And I know Ricochet is another one that offers skid plates for the Honda Ranchers and Rubicons. Now, Ricochet only offers it for the 2022 model year. I truly don't believe anything changed on the chassis from 22 to 23 or even from 20 to 23, but Iron Baltic did have a 2023 kit for my Rubicon, so I went ahead and went with it. And hers will be getting the ITP mud tires on the front. We're just going to use one of my rims because those are my spare front tires on the front of hers, because one of her rims got bent and we've been waiting for months now. It's been on back order from Honda, so I want to get her mud lights on the front as well. So that's it. Till next time, YouTube.